Welcome to another episode of Respections. I'm your host, Patrick Tomlinson, and today we are continuing with our guest, Father Michael Brown. For those of you who were not present at our first show, by way of introduction, Father Brown is an educator and he's also a priest in the Diocese of Jamaica and Grand Cayman. He's head of the physics department and also doubles in his duties as chaplain of the famous Kingston College in Jamaica, where he teaches physics. Father Brown, welcome again, and thank you for coming back and sharing with us.
My pleasure being here again.
So today we wanted to drill a little bit more down into Kingston College and what it is and what's behind it and some of your plans and programs and what the school does and how it influences the life of young men in Jamaica. So we have your logo there, right? And you ended the last program by telling us a little bit about the motto, Fortis Cadere Non Protest. Can you tell us, that's Latin, what that means?
Fortis Cadere Non Protest for those who speak Latin, but we do our own spin on it and we say Fortis Cadere Non Protest. Means a brave may fall but never yield. A reminder to us that in life, you don't always make it. You fall, but you never stay down. You get up and you continue. That carries you through life. Every KC boy knows that. And from day one, when you come in, you are taught the motto, and may I say you're taught to live the motto. Academia, everything. At home, when you leave school, you live Fortis Cadere Non Protest.
Okay.
Kingston College is really an all-boys character-building institution. And we like to say the leader in Jamaican academics and sports. Some years ago, one of the companies wanted to sponsor the school that has made the balance between academia and sports, Kingston College. Can't recall anybody else getting it since, but Kingston College got it. So in a sense, we're the only high school in Jamaica that has found the balance between academia and sports.
Well, I'm sure there are some that will beg to differ. So we have a picture there now. And what is that? Can you?
Oh boy, that was taken in June of this year. Those are fellows who graduated in 1979, and they had their reunion this year at Kingston College.
Okay.
They have been friends, well, at KC from 1974. Some of them went primary school together.
Okay.
And we thought that in this special year, which we'll mention later on, KC celebrating 100 years, that we'd have a reunion at Kingston College. And so they took photographs together. I'm somewhere in the midst of that.
Oh, okay. And next photo.
This is good. This is the academia. These are some of our students representing Kingston College in robotics in Texas.
Okay.
Earlier this year, not so long ago. And I think they placed third or something like that.
Out of how many?
I don't remember, but it's quite a number.
Mm-hmm.
They're good. They're sixth formers and they're into physics, most of them. They are closer.
Is this in Texas or in Jamaica?
Texas. This is Texas. If you notice, there are some American
other high schools
there,
participating. Yes. Okay.
These are students from the engineering club. The one to the far right is also a member of the robotics club. Mm-hmm. They recently asked some of our old boys here in the U.S. to send down some cars for them to build as part of engineering. And that's one of them. They're actually programming it.
Oh, okay. Yes, I can see it.
Pity I didn't bring the video to show you them doing it. And so it's engineering in terms of software engineering, automatic engineering, all of that.
Okay.
They're doing all of that together.
Okay. Next slide.
That is the prestigious Mortimer Geddes Trophy.
Okay.
Boys Championship.
That's for athletics?
Athletics. Kingston College has held that. Let's say we believe it lives at Kingston College.
Okay.
And yes, that's a closer look at it. If you ever look closer, you'll see a number of those shields Kingston College is on it. We won it 14 years straight.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, that's not the original one. They retired the original one to us, and that's a new one. And our name is on it a lot as well.
Quite a lot.
Yes, we are the defending champions, by the way.
Incident. Okay,
Yes.
very good. Very good to know.
Yes.
Next photo. Next slide. Okay, so that is a view of the campus, right?
The North Street campus. Kingston College has 2 campuses. Our numbers is such that we are across 2 campuses. Most of the old boys of a certain vintage will only know the North Street campus, Clovelly Park. And that's the 6th form block with the staff room as well. That's part of the playing field you can see there as well. And
but you have I was impressed by the buildings and the conditions and
yes,
the good conditions.
We have been working on them, and remember,
And this is
that's the front
of the building.
We have been working hard at it. That's a better view of it. And I want you to notice that walkway.
Okay.
That's known as the Fortis Walkway.
Okay.
All right. I'll come back to that when we talk about the 100th anniversary. In the extreme, you'll see the school. There's a little picture of it. The school bus as well. This frontage was done by Reynolds Scott, an old boy. He just felt that he needed to give back to the school.
Right.
And so he sponsored all of that and had his company build it, and other old boys jumped on board, and it's expanded from what he wanted.
Very good.
And that's good. That's how KC exists
Today.
Through the work of the Old Boys Association. That's one of the things we teach our students from early.
Just to give back.
That's right. Somebody said that in a session I was at last year. He said, from day one, we teach them how to give back to Kingston College.
Amazing.
And they
that's
learn
another
to
view.
give back not only that to KC, but in life.
Okay. Of the campus, right?
The campus. Now, notice the grass is green.
Yes, yes, yes.
Those from a way back would think of it as a dust bowl.
Right.
We have dug a well.
Okay.
There are a number of water bodies flowing under Kingston College in the Kingston area.
Right.
And so we got permission to drill a well. And from that, we're watering the fields. And so it's good for the environment, etc., preserving the green space and all of that. So it's good. You look at KC now and you'd wonder.
It's a change.
It's a great change.
Significant change.
Yes. And there's something about the change, you see. It helps when you're in a place that looks good. It's conducive to education.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Next slide.
That is the Melbourne Park campus.
Which is a different campus.
Which is a different campus. It houses 1st to 3rd form, grades 7 to 9.
Okay.
The North Street campus houses grades 10 to 13. That's a junior campus. When you start, that's where you go, 1st to 3rd form. And notice there's a green space there. That's artificial grass.
Oh, that's artificial.
The PTA did it. But we should be completing a well there as well. We got permission for that as well. And so we should be drilling a well there, finishing it up soon. And pretty soon, that will not be artificial grass.
And this is?
That's a gazebo outside the front where boys wait for their parents in the afternoon after school to be picked up. Yes.
Next slide.
That's the entrance gate of the Melbourne Park campus,
That's the junior
the
campus,
junior
right?
campus, yes.
Yes, so you can go on to the other. Okay.
We're now back at the senior campus, Clovelly Park. Douglas Forrest was the second headmaster of Kingston College, longest serving headmaster / teacher, Kingston College. And he's revered. And that building was named in his honor. The Douglas Forrest building houses the principal's office, registrar, the bursary, the library, IT departments.
So many different things.
Oh boy.
But you must have a challenge in maintaining all these facilities, right? You have a facilities manager?
Yes,
Because
we
it's
do.
quite a lot of
Yes, we do
physical.
It operates, the management operates out of the bursary department.
Okay.
So the bursar supervises all of those. There's a fellow who is referred to as the manager of the plant manager. And he makes sure to inspect to make sure things are in order. And the bursary staff checks on the campus from time to time to make sure. And then, of course, the different departments report in anything that needs to be repaired, etc. And that's it.
Right.
The biggest problem is where the funds come from. That's where the old boys come in.
Okay.
They give generously towards the school. Right now, here in the US, there are about 3 or 4 events coming up within the next 2 weeks. And the proceeds, Kingston College.
Goes back to the school.
Goes back to the school.
Living out the motto of giving back.
Giving back. The colors of the school is really purple and white. If you notice, everything is in purple and white.
Right.
Distinct color. Purple is the color worn by the bishops of the church. And, white is considered the color of purity. We refer to our school as KC. That's the abbreviation. So people just talk about KC, and we talk about the Fortis spirit, the spirit of never saying die. And we talk about the Fortis nation. Everyone, old boys, present boys, parents of students, staff, various staff, all form what we call the Fortis nation. And so it's great to be a part of the Fortis nation. As a matter of fact, when you go anywhere and you see KC, you see more females than males in purple and white. That's the first thing. I didn't know females entered KC, but that's KC for you. It's family. There are various stories. There's one that came up very recently. A fellow entered medicine, the Department of Medicine in Jamaica, and it's from very humble settings. And so he couldn't afford to go on. And he reached out, and the old boy saw his post. He graduated earlier this year, a doctor.
Amazing.
That's what they do.
Amazing.
That's what we do. We look out for each other.
Was he a past student too? The fellow who needed help?
Yes, he
was. Oh, he was a past student?
Yes,
okay.
So we reach out. One of the things we tend to say is a KC man never leaves a KC man behind.
Right.
We look out for each other, brotherhood.
Okay.
We don't need to know you.
Okay.
You're a Fortis man. You're part of the family.
So what I'm picking up, Father Michael, is that you seem to have a lot of religious ideas as at the foundation of the school and guiding the school. So
yes.
Can you tell us your role as chaplain and what that involves and some of the challenges and even things that inspire and propel you to go on?
Okay. Kingston College came out of the ministry of Percival Gibson, priest, later bishop. And one of the early things that he established in 1947, the school started in 1925. 1947, he built a chapel dedicated to St. Augustine of Hippo. And he also
Tell us a little bit about Augustine, if you don't
St.
mind.
Augustine of Hippo, a friend of mine once said, he was a rogue.
He was a rogue.
He wasn't the best of persons in his younger days. Had a child out of wedlock and all of that. But later on, he turned around his life.
And he had a mother like yours, St. Monica, right?
My mother.
Who always was always behind him.
Out for him.
Right,
That's right. And making sure.
Right.
That's right. And he later on turned around his life to the point where he's now St. Augustine.
And he was from Africa, right? North Africa.
That's right. One of the things I believe why Bishop Gibson made St. Augustine the patron of the chapel is to say, regardless of your start, you can turn around and become something great. And that, I believe, is a message of St. Augustine of Hippo to us at the chapel at Kingston College. We have daily devotions. Now, because there are 2,000 boys, there's nowhere on the campus that can seat 2,000. So we have devotions at grade level, Monday to Friday, different grade levels. And so persons are influenced by that. Some of the guys, that's the only contact they have with God or church or anything religious. And we're not trying to convert them to Christianity. If they do, fine. But we're trying to give them a moral basis for life. Let them understand that it doesn't come abstract. It must be established somewhere. And many persons have been influenced. I work along with the guidance department. We have 2 guidance counselors, 1 for each campus. And sometimes they are overwhelmed. And the chaplain comes in. Anything at the beginning of the school year, we have various services, etc. The chaplain is there. Whatever function we're having, the chaplain leads in devotion. Chaplain leads in PTA devotion. The chaplain leads the Old Boys Association devotion. So the chaplain is involved in everything. If I may, 1 year, I think it was 2019, I might have gotten the year wrong. We had a bad year.
In terms of what?
In July, a student died. In August, a student died. September, another student died. In October, another student died. In November, another student died. The school was in mourning. The chaplain was under pressure. The guidance department was under pressure. And we brought the school together for prayer. And that was the beginning of our healing and closure. It is important always to have a chaplain at the school. Sometimes things happen that have a religious/spiritual leaning to it. That's where the chaplain comes in. And we cannot confuse the role of the chaplain and that of the guidance counselors. You see, they have their role as well. And the guidance counselors are themselves Christians, but there's a difference in the roles as well. And more spiritual matters dealt with the chaplain. Regular, everyday happenings, the guidance counselors deal with those.
Okay. Now, boys tend to be the same all over the world. So if you were to craft a message that speaks not only to a local situation in Jamaica, but to boys who are challenged, boys in, some of them, the inner cities of the United States, boys in Central America. You know, you have areas where there's so much gun violence and so on, boys in Africa. They would pretty much be the same. So what would your message or your homily be to young boys who face challenges growing up? Because I know you deal with that very regularly.
First thing is to understand that they are someone special. From my religious perspective, they're made in the image and likeness of God. They have a purpose in life. And they're not idiots. They're not fools. They're not worthless. They're all special. That would be my starting point with them. But achievement in life is not magic. We have to work at it. We will not always succeed the first time. That's where the KC motto comes in.
Right.
The brave may fall but never yield. We fall, but we get up and we work hard to achieve. That we can turn around our life from anything, that's where St. Augustine of Hippo comes in. Whatever your situation, you can turn that around and become the greatest there is. That is important. KC is about character building. We make our mark wherever we go. That's what we tell our persons. Once we had a challenge where somebody said, you always want to enter sports to win. And I smiled and I said, who enters sports to lose? We don't always win, but we fight hard. We play fair. And we try our best. And if we lose, we are coming back next year, working hard. And that's what life is about. Because when you leave KC, life is hard. And some of the chances you get at KC you're not going to get in the life. But that which you learned at KC will help you to survive in life. Sometimes you'll get knocked down, but you'll never be knocked out. You get up and you work hard and you achieve. You strive for the top. You do your best. And when you get there, you pull somebody else up as well. Help someone else. Turn around. You're not alone in this world. You're part of a wider society. Help someone else to achieve. KC has achieved all over. I don't know, the pen relays here in 1964, KC was the first school in Jamaica to enter the pen relays here. Tony Keys, Lennox Miller, Rupert Hoylett, Jimmy Grant. They claimed the 4x110 yards relay, beating a 21-year-old record held by Brooklyn High School. They returned a time of 41.7 seconds. In honor of that time, and a lot of Jamaican schools entering now, KC flag is hoisted each year at the pen relays.
This is in Pennsylvania, right?
In Pennsylvania.
Right.
We make our mark wherever we go. And we do our best, whatever we attempt. Recently, a few months ago, they started a new mathematics competition among high schools. We won.
Where is that? In Jamaica?
In Jamaica.
Okay.
Our boys won. You see, it's not all about track and field and athletics.
Right, it's academic.
It's academia. We are a school that does academics. First emphasis, we also do sports. We are an academic institution that does sport, not a sporting institution that does academic.
There's a difference.
Yes.
I wanted to quickly touch upon, we were talking about the Rhodes Scholarship and your recipients of the Rhodes Scholar. And I know you've had a number of them. And maybe not to mention them, but just to mention the fact that KC in its, in the short times, relatively short times, in comparison to other schools, that you have been, your students
we've had 5 Rhodes Scholars.
Which is amazing.
Which is amazing, yes. And we have had a number of Jamaican scholars and University Open scholars. You name it. We have had scholars in the various fields. Not to mention in the sports itself. Lacrosse is new in Jamaica, and for the last 3 years, every year, we have had a student who got a scholarship to the U.S. to play lacrosse. Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
I was looking at a video of I think 2 days ago, the most recent one arrived in the U.S. to play lacrosse.
From Kingston College.
From Kingston College. Yes, we do that. This year, we celebrate 100 years.
Of existence.
We are the youngest of the 5 all-boys schools in Jamaica. We are the youngest. And we have made a lasting legacy. And we decided to make this year a year to remember. It started with a 5K run walk. We wanted to have the service before, but because of logistics, the service came after. And so we launched the service in January. We have had a number of events throughout the year. One of our main things was our Founders Week. We had a challenge. Founders Week was also Holy Week. How do you fit? So we couldn't have 7 days, but Sunday to Wednesday, we had tremendous things. It was Palm Sunday, and we had a service in the chapel. And it
How
was
much does
tremendous.
the chapel seat?
Chapel can squeeze roughly about 400.
Wow, that's pretty big.
Yeah, it's at the time, I think Bishop Gibson figured that would have held all of
the
Kingston
scope.
College. Little did he know. And the Monday, we had what we call our float parade. We marched around the city of Kingston. And Casey was given the key to the city, but somewhere along the line, like most of us with keys, we have a way of putting it down and not remember where it was. And so it was reissued to us. The mayor gave us that key again. That was our first stop. Then our next stop was the Gleaner Company of Jamaica, where it is located. That was the original location of Kingston College, and we have a plaque there.
Okay.
So we stopped there as part of our annual pilgrimage in Founders Week. It was tremendous. We rallied that city of Kingston with our float.
Amazing.
And then on Tuesday, we had wreath laying. Wreath laying at the graves of Bishop Gibson and Douglas Forrest. They're both buried at St. Andrew Parish Church. And so it wasn't a logistic nightmare. And that was moving. Old boys came from all over the world to be a part of that. Wednesday was tremendous. Wednesday, we had our grand gala, but Wednesday started, it was a closing of school, so we had our school, and then the Postmaster General dedicated 4 stamps in honor of Kingston College celebration. Then later the day, we were told that the Governor General had proclaimed the 16th of April 2025 and beyond Kingston College Day.
Wonderful. Well, Father, time is against us.
Why?
And I want to thank you tremendously for taking time out to come and share with us your personal story and how it dovetails into the tremendous and rich history of Kingston College.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming, and we wish you the very best in your travels and with Kingston College also. Thank you so much.
My pleasure again. Thank you for having me.